things are gonna And like our hostess had people cuss them out. Lord Jesus, let me fix this. To be honest, and if you want to look be, and if you want to look be, and if you want to look be, to be honest, and if you want to look be. Hey y'all, and welcome to MT's Corner with Myesha-Tiara, and I'm Myesha-Tiara, professional actress, director, theater owner, and content creator. On my channel, we discuss all things acting, centered around the Black acting experience, from my opinion, to movie reviews, to acting advice, and much more you'll find right here. So, join your girl in the corner. We have some things we need to discuss. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so you can see me on your timeline every time. Hey y'all, it's MT's Corner with Myesha-Tiara, and your girl is back. Now, I know y'all probably sitting here like, first of all, where you been at? Because you giving us one video a month, and sis, we not feeling it.
I don't like that.
And I get it. But there's this thing called depression. And, yeah, sis been whooping my ass. She been whooping my ass real hard lately.
Oh my God! Oh jeez! Oh my God! Oh,
so I decided that I wanted to come and make is it a get ready with me? Like a wash day video. Because on my IG, I had some followers who were like, I want to see you do your hair. I want to see you do your hair. And I'm not a hair channel. So I was trying to figure out how to incorporate me doing my hair into me talking about the acting world. So I decided to do a life update with my acting world situation, and by doing that, I will also do my hair at the same time, because not only has depression stopped your girl from making videos, but she's also stopped me from washing my hair. This is 3 weeks old, honey, 3 weeks. So I'm hoping for the best in this detangle process, because
oh, don't cry, are you?
So, without any further ado, for those that are interested in my life updates in the acting world, keep watching. And if you haven't been here before, welcome. And if you're just returning back, welcome again. Okay, go watch some more videos. Your girl is working on being more consistent. But to be real with you, I am not a hair channel. If you're looking for a hair channel, honey, keep on looking. I just know what works for me and my hair. And I just found out a few months ago that I'm not even 4C. So do what you will with that information, to be quite honest with you. Also, if you're like, girl, are you booty butt naked? No, I have on a little halter dress. I mean, you can kind of see it a little bit, but this is, but ain't gonna feel too much, okay? First thing first, like I said, I have not washed my hair in over 3 weeks. And my hair is getting a lot longer, but I have been using little scrunchies to, like, put my hair in little high puffs and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, we actually holding? I see you. I see you. Okay, girl. Okay, inches. I see you. And if you know, like I know, if you have 4 type any hair, that shrinkage is real, okay? Your feelings be hurt real soon. Like, as soon as that stuff dries, unless you done weighed it down with product and diffused and all of that. And your girl, I am too impatient for most of these things, so I do not often diffuse. I don't often wash and go. As you see, I ain't touched this in 3 weeks. Like, I have, like, re-smoothed it out, but not this morning because it's early. So I was just like, you know what? Let me do this video. Let's just talk about my acting career, and let's do my hair at the same time. So there we go. So I'm using this spray bottle. And it's like a 360 spray bottle. I got this out of Sally's and I love it so much. You'll see there's probably stuff in here. It's water and like oil. I normally put black Jamaican castor oil or whatever random oil I have laying around. Like I told you, I am not a hair guru. I actually subscribe to this hair subscription box. It's a black owned subscription box and it's called Cocotique. And they actually send me about 3 to 4 full size items and about 5 or so travel size items in a package every single month that they bring to my doorstep. And this is not sponsored whatsoever. I'm just telling you what I use for myself. But they give me full-size products, and it's all centered around hair and skincare. So that's really what I use for my hair, because I have been fortunate enough to be one of those naturals who My hair honestly kind of just works with whatever product. All shampoos for the most part dry my stuff out, so I only really use that on my scalp. Yeah, I have been blessed enough so that my hair doesn't really care what you put in it, girl, as long as you do something to it for it to tangle all up, okay? So let's get into it. Okay, let me take this scrunchie thing off. Y'all, seriously, I haven't washed my hair in so long, and my side job has been getting on my nerves. So this is what I'm talking about. These little things right here, these are like, I call them little scrunchies, but what they remind me of, I'm ripping my hair out of here, y'all. What they remind me of is it spiral notebooks? The little like circles in the spiral notebook. Keychains, that's what remind me of, like the little keychains things, especially when you had them when you was a kid. So I use these because I was watching someone's video, and I think they came in a Cocoa Tea box, and after that I was just like, oh, I'm never going back to regular scrunchies. It's these high-city scrunchies for the rest of my life. But they don't really mess up my hair like that, and I think that's the main thing. Is like they don't really put on my hair, and they're just not like traditional scrunchies, and I can feel the difference versus a regular scrunchie versus this kind of scrunchie where I just don't feel the tension and I don't get a headache, which helps me a lot. I know I was saying I have a side job, as most actors do, and you'll see me like, girl, child, look at this mess. And oh my gosh, like y'all don't even understand. I just took this down and I'm already like, I am about to be in this bathroom for 500 million freaking years. As I was saying, I do have a side job, as most actors do, unless you are one of the lucky ones who's been able to secure major funding for everything you've been in. And kudos to you, honey. I cannot wait to get there, hun. I cannot wait. But I do have a side job, and I work as a waitress at a restaurant. I'm not gonna tell you which restaurant because I don't want you coming up there bothering me. But yeah, I work as a waitress at a restaurant, and I was there last night. Anything interesting happened at my job last night? No, but I will say this. Well, once I'm done spraying this, because honey, this makes all of the noise, okay? It makes all of the noise. Lately, my side job, I'm not gonna lie, has been being real ratchet. And what I mean by that is the customer quality. It's plummeted.
I don't like that.
We honestly just opened back up. COVID, as many of you know, I'm sure most of us have been affected by COVID. They put us on like furlough for almost an entire year and a half at my job. Yes, I was getting them unemployment checks. And the unemployment checks were trash. But the relief adaptation, I mean, it's a word, but I don't know if that's the right use of it. But the relief add-on payment for the unemployment is what really helps, because my regular unemployment was trash, honey. And if you thought I was going to be able to survive off of that, someone lied to you. I couldn't even pay my rent with regular unemployment, and that's just being honest. So yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm sectioning my hair in 4 sections, because that's how I wash my hair. I've learned for myself that helps me a lot is to detangle before I get in the shower. I literally do each step before I get in the shower, and I just use the shower to rinse off the product that's in my hair. So you're gonna see me shampooing out of the shower, conditioning out of the shower, because I've just learned for myself that works a lot better for me and my sanity. Yeah, so the caliber of customers that have been coming to my restaurant lately have been very subpar. I'm used to having one unruly guest every now and again. And by every now and again, I mean like maybe one every other shift. But now it seems that, man, the unruly man, I'm sounding like freaking Terrence Howard in Hustle and Flow, or just any single movie he's ever been in his entire life.
See, man, when I say man, I'm talking about man as in mankind. I mean, we man.
Yeah, I'm used to having like one unruly customer every, other shift. And I work a lot, y'all. Like, I work a lot. Like, not to toot my own horn, because when your girl's like at work, I'm honestly on autopilot, so my depression don't hit as hard. But I'll be on autopilot like a mug. And I just be multitasking my behind off. Like, you know, I am a good server. I'm a good waitress. I ain't gonna lie. Especially if you act right at my tables. And what I mean by that, because, you know, people, I've been looking on Twitter and people have been actually talking about, like, you know, they always have this debate. It, like, resurfaces every few months or so about tipping servers. I personally feel like if you can't afford your food plus 20% on top of your food, then you can't afford to eat. That's just always how I've been. I mean, I've been in the service industry since I was 15 years old, working various jobs, and they haven't all been restaurant jobs, but they have all been customer service jobs. And especially if you're but especially if you're going to a restaurant, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, I just don't, I'm firm on my opinion on that because servers go through a lot. People don't realize that when they leave you from taking your order to go into the kitchen, honey, it isn't just to go into the kitchen and now they're gonna make your food only and you know, and then you're gonna get your food in 5 minutes. That's just not how restaurants work. If you want fast food, go through a drive-through. Because at a restaurant, after they're done taking your order, they're probably going to go to the next table because they probably got triple sat and take another order. Then they're going to realize that they also have a party of 10 and they're going to cuss out the host in their head or cuss out the host in real life. I'm more of a cuss out the host in my head kind of girl because I'm a Cancer. So I don't go out of my way for confrontation because I have never been one for confrontation. I hate confrontation, to be quite honest. So we have so many other things on our mind, which is why we have to multitask, to be quite honest with you. So we'll leave the table, go to other tables, go to the kitchen, yell at the cook because they got our food wrong. And I don't mean like yell just because like, oh, we treat cooks like trash. No. In my restaurant in particular, I don't know about other people's restaurants, but in my restaurant in particular, there's normally like 1 or 2 cooks that will like actually really like you as a human being. And I'm not lying to you. If you work in the service industry, please say something about it down below. And not only that, because I forgot to say to my actors and actor enthusiasts, to all my actors and actor enthusiasts, if you've seen a show you've liked recently that you would like me to review, or if you just want to tell me about some of your acting accomplishments lately, whether you got a podcast coming out or something like that, let me know down below because I love supporting my fellow artists, especially my Black fellow artists. So let me know what you up to. Let me know what you're getting into because I would love to support y'all. But yeah, back to the kitchen. You'll have like 1 to 2 cooks who actually like you. There'll be at least 1 cook who's like very hateful. And you wonder why they even work there if they gonna be so mad every single freaking day. So what I'm about to do now, instead of me putting this 4th section in the scrunchie, what I'm actually about to do is wet it a little bit more and actually kind of like comb my fingers through it so I can get any dead hair because you know we lose about 100 hairs a day, honey. And when you have curly hair, that stuff just get tangled in the rest of the head. So yeah, I'm gonna run my fingers through that with just water and the oil that's in my spray bottle. And then I will do that to the other 3 sections. And don't be alarmed. I like, and you know, maybe look like, oh my gosh, she's pulling out her hair. Honey, I'm not. I promise you, it's been 3 weeks. It's so much dead hair in my head. And the way that I take care of my hair has gotten me this far. And I've gone from having a fade to it being this long. And this is after me big chopping 3 different times because I just love having I used to love having my hair very low cut. And then I told myself one day, I was like, girl, let it grow and see how long it gets. So here I am now. I'm not regretting the decision, but on wash day, I definitely reconsider about chopping it all off. I also have my handy dandy shears for my hair. I think I got these from Sally's or Walgreens or whatever. But if you're going to, I will say, if you are going to get some scissors to cut your hair, make sure they are hair scissors. Please do not cut your hair with arts and crafts scissors. From my understanding, it just helps your split ends grow more. That's all I know. I'm not no hair person, honey. I just do what I'm told. So a lot of times, so that I don't break my hair off, if I feel like a fairy knot or something like that, I just cut it off, honey. I don't have no problem cutting hair, okay? It grows back. I will cut this mug in a minute. Going back to my conversation. There'll be 1 cook in the kitchen who's just miserable, and I have that at my restaurant. He has a horrible attitude and they refuse to fire homeboy, but it's whatever. So I normally don't speak to him. I normally speak to the cooks who actually like me and are nice, them to get me some of the stuff I need. So if I'm in the kitchen, you know, asking for broccoli, or we call it veggie. Can I get a veggie, please? Can I get a veggie, please?
And can I get a hot tub?
Then we'll have to come back out to the customers. And as you see, I'm about to cut some hair, y'all. There we go. Oh my God, there's like 3 knots in there. Whatever. I say all that to say it's a lot. is my point. Is after we take your order, there's 50 other things we're doing. So please be kind to your servers, especially during right now. We are still in COVID and this thing isn't just going away tomorrow. For me personally, I feel like a lot of people forget that when they come out to eat at restaurants and they can be very rude. I feel like a lot of us are very tense right now and in general, because I'm sure a lot of us have had a lot of loss. I am not gonna lie, I've lost a few people to COVID, and that has been very hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. That it's also helped with my depression. It's also part of the reason why y'all haven't really been seeing me. I've lost some family members to COVID, and my headspace ain't been in the right place, honey. And I just have not been wanting to get on camera and talk. But I feel like maybe that'll help me a little bit. Maybe that'll help be a part of my therapy for myself to, just commune with y'all, because I do have some really great subscribers. I will say that. My channel is small, but it is mighty, and when I do post videos, my loyal subscribers, y'all do be up in the comments and y'all do be, making girl feel better. So I say all that to say thank you very much. You're much appreciated. I have not checked my comments lately because, like I said, child, your girl be on a depression trip. But I plan on checking my comments once I edit this video. So I guess they'll be over this weekend. Yes, I was on talking about being a server. Yeah, so in the pandemic, it's just a lot going on. And I understand that all of us have our own burdens to bear. But just try to make those people in customer service, not just as just waitresses, but any customer service experience you're having when you're going out in the middle of the pandemic, try to make those people feel better, because they already have so much to deal with. So if you're coming in there and you're being rude and you have a bad attitude, I mean, come on, those people have to be at work for at least 7 hours. You know what I'm saying? 5 to 7 hours, and they already have it so rough. They already have to be here, probably not making that much money. And there's so many different customer service jobs. There isn't just waitressing. I mean, at your grocery store, the gas station, there's just so many places that have customer service jobs, people who have customer service jobs, and they're going through a lot right now too. So please try your best to be as nice as possible to people. I mean, the golden rule, treat people how you would like to be treated. So if you come into, I'll say for my job, for example, if you come into a restaurant and you are angry from the moment you get there, our host has had people cuss them out, and our hosts at my restaurant are mostly children. And what I mean by that, like high school age kids, because most of the people who want to make money are not about to be no doggone hosts, okay? Because you're not making no tips off hosting. So a lot of our hosts lately have been getting cussed out because we're at half capacity at my job. And what that means is, like, we only can sit 50% of our restaurant. So like every other table is skipped, in a sense. Like every other table is, X'd out and you can't sit there. And so people will come into the restaurant and they'll look around and they'll be like, well, there's tables everywhere. Why do you have an hour-long wait? Well, honey, we're in the middle of a pandemic. And if you use common sense, why would you feel so comfortable sitting up close next to someone else with an airborne pathogen just floating around the whole restaurant? So yeah, and you'll be surprised. I've seen so many people curse out our host. Yeah, I say all that to say, just be nice. We going through enough, and everybody needs somebody, help them smile through it all. So y'all be nice out there, please be nice to people. Next thing I want to move on to is more consistency on YouTube. So of course, I started this channel, and you can read it in my about section on my actual page. People always told me that I have personality. People say all the time, oh, I have personality, I should be a star or whatever. But people always tell me that I have a lot of personality, and that I should have like a talk show or do a one-woman show or do stand-up or something like that. And I just haven't ever wanted to do stand-up. I mean, I commend those people. I feel like that is a whole nother beast that I have not been trained for. My student loans are in theater performance and directing. So, not that I can't pick up a new trade, honey, but I am not gonna lie to you. I am not interested in being a stand-up comic. I think those people work very hard, and we have very different ministries. And stand-up comedy is not my ministry at the moment, okay? Maybe one day, maybe I'll write up something and, but I know at this very moment in my life, stand-up comedy is not my ministry. Yeah, so my channel is dedicated to the acting world, and of course Black actors in the industry, and me as a Black actor, director, and theater owner, which you get in my intro, okay? I originally planned on like my upload schedule on Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And when I first started, it was consistent to that. And I feel like a lot of people say this, once you get out the rhythm of YouTube, then it's hard for you to get back into the rhythm of doing YouTube. I think it's also hard to get back into the rhythm of doing YouTube, especially when, a global pandemic hits and your anxiety and your depression hit even harder. So I'm giving everyone grace. And for all of you that have still been subscribing, even though lately I have been very lax with my uploads, I appreciate y'all. I really do. I appreciate y'all so much for that. And if you're still watching this right now and honey, you haven't subscribed yet and you like your girl, go ahead, subscribe. I ain't going nowhere. This channel gonna stay up as long as I'm alive, okay? But yeah, I want to be more consistent on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do want to be more consistent on YouTube. I want to go back to that consistency. I actually am working towards regulating. I don't know if you can really do that, but I guess with medication, regulating my anxiety and my depression, to be honest with you. I had a doctor's appointment last week, and I am having a therapy session set up for next week to find me a good therapist and maybe a psychiatrist, because I'm all about self-care, honey, and you should be too. If you feel weird, you feel like you don't feel yourself, and you feel like you don't know how to help yourself, you've got to get someone to help you. You cannot sit here by yourself, especially now. You know, even before now, you know, people always say, oh, now because things are so hard, but people have been having a hard life before then. And I have been dealing with and battling with anxiety and depression since I was 10 years old, and I have not been diagnosed because, unfortunately, when I was a child, that wasn't really something my family was too in tune to taking seriously and caring about in me and other people, you know. And I consider myself, oh my God, I consider myself 50 million living things. But I consider myself to be a Black person or an African American. And to me, what I consider African American to be, even though, you know, people have their own opinions on that. But if you call me a Black person, that's fine. If you call me an African American person, that's also fine. If you call me Myesha, that's fine. But yeah, like I said, I consider African American person to be a Black person who's in America, but your descendants come from slavery. Like, you're in America due to slavery. My family, my history does lead back to slavery in Louisiana, because that's where I'm originally from. So yeah, my family was over there. And my grandmother, she is 79, and she lived in a sharecropping home. She also picked sugarcane as a job as a child. So to be quite honest with you, you know, and it wasn't on no foreman-ish, because if you know what sharecropping is, it's pretty much like, to me, how I feel about it is loan sharking. To be honest, I don't feel like it's something that was ever really intended for those people to elevate their lives and their status. It was intended for them to have constant debt, and then when they couldn't pay it, to, you know, destroy their livelihood. And that's pretty much how I see sharecropping. But I'm working towards getting back more consistent. Of course, I've been writing out my video ideas, and a lot of the stuff that I talk about on my channel aren't just personal things, but also things when I'm reacting to things that happen in the industry with other Black actors. And so a lot of times, like, I'm a one-woman show. I film, edit, research it all myself. So until, you know, my subscriberships are in the millions, you know, the 100,000s, I'm probably gonna stay a one-woman show for a long time, if not forever. But like, if it starts getting like really, like, my channel starts getting like heavy subscribership, even more than this, which I plan for, I'm most likely going to go ahead and probably get someone, either an editor or someone to help me with the process. I'm working on, which is crazy to say what I'm about to say, I'm working on getting tougher, thicker skin when it comes to the comment section of my YouTube channel. As an actor, I've worked on getting tough skin that way, where it's like, oh, when you get rejected, it just is what it is. You go on to the next audition. But that's very different than people leaving comments on the videos you work very hard on, and some of them being negative. So I think I don't remember which YouTuber told me this. Which YouTube told me this, like, I know them, I don't. But you be feeling like you know people, right? When you be watching them on YouTube for so long, you be like, I know you. Let me be one of my favorite YouTubers in person. Honey, I am gonna be like, hey girl, let's hang out, let's have a drink. One of the YouTubers said to me that you're gonna see a lot of negative comments from people, especially when your videos get popular. People are gonna have something negative to say. I mean, you could watch a video where it's literally about a person saving a busload of kids and there'll be dislikes. So it's like you can't take it personally when people dislike your videos, because everybody battling their own demons, share. So whatever. And sometimes people just don't like your content, and that's okay too. If my channel is not for you, honey, skip and move along. My feelings are not hurt. I want to be here for the people that are interested in what I put out and that want to have a conversation about it. So when I look at my comment section, when I see those great comments, I get excited, but I do get a lot of anxiety before I even look at my comment section, because I'll be, oh my God, the negative comments. I'll be thinking about that when I should be so happy and praising the good comments, because those are the people that matter, the people that talk about how they love my content. You know what I'm saying? And it's a difference between constructive criticism and just downright just either ignorant comment or just a comment that's like hateful and I don't like you kind of comment. To me, like, I don't have an issue with constructive criticism. If it's, sure, if that's what you want to do, I don't care. But for people who just like want to comment and just be mean and be rude about it, yeah, honey, I don't care, because I'm a black woman at the end of the day. I'm a black woman, and certain things do have to do with race. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I can't ignore race. I see color. We all see color. We're not dogs. We don't just see certain colors and that is it. Okay, so next, I have like detangled. I have kind of detangled some of my hair. Anyway, this is called Lotta Body with Milk Honey Restore Me Cream Conditioner. So what I like to do is, like, people like pre-wash, and I used to buy pre-wash, but I was like, girl, if you don't just get some more conditioner and just condition, then shampoo, then condition again, and move on with your night in your life. So that's what I've decided to do instead of buying pre-wash, pre-poo, whatever it's called. I just use conditioner, the same conditioner I'm gonna put on my head after I put shampoo in it. Okay. When I do that, I comb through the conditioner in my hair so that, yeah, I get the tangles out, girl. It's been 3 weeks. You know I ain't touched this. So yeah, and I am heavy-handed. I don't think that's the right word for it. Heavy-handed when it comes to how much product I use, because, honey, dime size don't work for me, okay? I'm a curly girl who needs the saturation. If dime size worked for you, then kudos to you. It don't work for me. And I said I was a black woman, and I said things about like, oh, some things are about race, because certain topics that I focus on my channel do have to do with race, or they have to do with black actors' reactions to racist things that have been done in the entertainment industry, or just my reaction, honestly, for finding out about these things out of nowhere. Okay, so for me, that's how I feel. I'm not changing my opinion on that, unless like something comes out where magically these people weren't being racist and they weren't being mean or something like that. But that don't normally happen. So I will have, which is crazy to me, that I'll have more comments underneath my mostly trolls and white people who find my channel, to be honest. And if you are a white person that watches my channel and you just want to watch my channel, honey, I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying, know who house you coming into, honey. I focus on black people in the entertainment industry and my experience. So if you don't like that, baby, I don't know what to tell you. But as long as the comments don't get too crazy, I won't block you. So yeah, so I'll say a prime example of that. Which you'll see if you actually go on my channel's page. You'll see there's my very popular videos are like the first ones you see up there, the ones that have thousands of views. And what's crazy to me is my very first video that really got me popping on YouTube, with even being able to get into the partnership program and start to actually, have YouTube as a form of income for myself, has been the life of Miss Minnie. I didn't realize how many people resonated with that young lady, and so I'm so happy that I could, do a life story on her. I just felt like technically she's an entertainer. Reality TV actors are actors, honey. Half the stuff they be talking about don't even be real, so why they can't be actors too? So I made a video about her, and I'm just so thankful when I get comments from that video, because so many people, she resonated with a lot of people, and apparently she was a very sweet woman, in which I'm so happy to see, because on her show, The Little Women of Atlanta, she wasn't always portrayed as a sweet person. So I'm happy to see that like that is something that she actually was in real life, and that most of this stuff was just for the cameras. But that video got me over hundreds of thousands of views, and that helped a lot more people come to my channel and view my other content. But that wasn't the video I was going to talk about. But I'm very thankful for the people who watch those videos and leave such beautiful comments under it. But the video I'm talking about is Cuties. Cuties. That was on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. I watched it once for the review because I wanted to watch it. I wanted to watch it because I was like, oh, it's a black woman director. Oh, it's little black kids in it. Let me see. It was about a dance team. And if you haven't watched my Cuties review, you'll see it up in the cards in a moment or right now or whenever. But I just had my own opinions based off my personal life of what I've experienced as a little black girl. So some people didn't agree with my views, which is fine. Like, you know, art is up to interpretation, honey. If you don't agree with me, that is perfectly fine. You know, and there's nothing wrong with you not agreeing with me and being in the comment section and being nice about it. That's really all I ask. You don't even have to agree with me. We can honestly have a decent conversation about your views and my views, and maybe we can come to a medium ground, and maybe you can change my opinion on some elements of certain things. I don't know. But when you come at me crazy, that's when that don't happen. I just block you. But yeah, so that video actually the first day I put it up, so many people ran to see it. I guess so many people were just trying to see people's opinion on YouTube about it. And the first day, honey, my opinion on it got so much backlash because people were like, girl, why don't you hate it? Like, some of the people ain't even watch it, and they were like, why don't you hate it? I just saw the trailer and I wanted to vomit. And to be honest with you, I felt that way about another trailer, and I actually might watch the show just to give my review on it and be like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong, or you know what, I was completely right. And then that card will pop up very soon, and that was for the trailer for the film Cracker, and I was just like, this is astronomically ridiculous. So I was kind of done with that trailer, but I wanted to watch it. I am big on watching, you know, like Issa Rae say,
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am betting on black tonight.
So I wanted to watch it. I wanted to see my sisters and see what they was up to. And I watched it and I actually enjoyed it. Do I think there were elements of it that could have been different, that could have been better? Sure. And you know, for next time, overall, I liked it. Yeah, like I said, that first day people were like, all in my comments being like, how dare you? There were so many dislikes. Oh my goodness. And some of the people didn't even watch it. They were like, you enjoy, you know the word I can't say, those kind of people. You're one of those people. And I'm just sitting here like, child, that I don't know, when we got into a world where everything is so black and white. Most things are way more complex than that. And it's unfortunate that people feel like most things are black and white, because most things are not black and white. So to me, that film, it wasn't a black and white film to me. You know, it wasn't just a this or that. I feel like there's things to be learned from that film. And for anyone who actually got something out of it, then I'm happy they watched it. Because after the first day, then I was like, dang, I actually was kind of feeling a little down. I'm not gonna lie, like, not extremely, but it was just so many negative comments in a row that I was just like, dang, like, I'm not changing my opinion, but dang, these people in their feelings about what I said. And then all of a sudden, it was like a white horse came out of nowhere, and I started actually getting kids who were that age that found my review, and other people who, you know, were older, they were adults, that found my review, and they were like, yo, no, I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying. I got this out of the film, and we're able to have a decent conversation. And then the likes started going up. You know, the likes started going up. People started going to bat for me in the comments and being like, you're dumb. Like, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say call people names, but basically just, you know, telling people how ignorant they were about certain elements or certain things in the film. And, you know, hey, so I was grateful for that. I still stand by my opinion on that film, to be honest with you. Yeah, and so for a lot of things, I honestly keep standing by my opinion on a lot of things. What is this? Because I do. I have strong opinions, child. I mean, I have a whole YouTube channel, so you know I gotta have strong opinions. I say all that to say is, I see my good comments, and I honestly appreciate y'all. For the most part, I try my best to comment back to everyone when I do go on my in my comment section, because if you're a YouTube maker, then you know how you can see your comments and all the other stuff from the apps, YouTube Studios and such. So I go through that and I look through my comments, and I'm just thankful and grateful for all of you that you know, give me positive comments. And I actually either heart them, try to talk to you all, or I also, which is something I've, ooh child, just the knots everywhere. Something I've been doing on my Instagram. So you see my Instagram up there, child. If you don't follow me on Instagram, why? I mean, I'm gonna get more consistent on there too. But as of right now, I think there's like 200 something pictures, honey. Catch up with what I've been up to in my life in general. So catch up to what you don't get to see on YouTube, okay? So yeah, so I'll go on my my Instagram and I actually post the comments that I actually enjoy and love from my YouTube channel on my Instagram story, which is more reason for you to follow me on Instagram, so that you can get your little shout out, honey, because I be shouting y'all out. Some of y'all be like, yes, I love your comment. I'm gonna put you on my Instagram page. So if you would like me to also start putting y'all on my YouTube page as well, for those of you that do not have an Instagram that give me good comments, let me know. I might start doing that. Like I said, I know I keep saying it, but I am appreciative of all the positive comments, because I didn't know I could make an impact like that. I didn't know that, you know, 1.77 thousand of y'all wanted to hear little old me talk about, you know, Black acting world and my own experiences in it. So look, I am not upset at all. I am very thankful for all of y'all. I'm feeling to see if there any more fairy knots in here, child, because my hair be trying to deceive me sometimes, and I be like, oh, you a trick. You a trick. Okay, so something else I wanted to talk about, which is something that over this past year I have actually been working on, and you'll see it reflected on my YouTube channel as well, because I want to do more film reviews. So something I've been working on is checking my elitism at the door, hun. And I know you may be thinking like, girl, elitism, what you mean your elitism? Child, because we're all privileged in some way, is my point. You know, we're all privileged in some way, you know, whether it's privileged by race, class, education, or whatever. So for me, I have been privileged enough to be able to get a degree in the arts world. Not all people of color can do that. And especially for Black people, a lot of our families aren't really invested in the arts like that. And I'm just being honest. If your family was, then kudos to you. I'm so happy for you. But a lot of us, our families aren't invested in the arts like that. And they don't encourage us to get degrees in the art field, whether it be in performing arts or, you know, or visual arts or any of that stuff. It's not often that you see them encouraging us to get degrees in those areas. And I was privileged enough to be able to get my degree in theater and directing. So I'm very thankful that my parents allowed me to be who I was when it came to that. I did double major at first. I was doing law and performing arts, but that's a story time for another day, honey, about that law degree. But yeah, so I was privileged enough to be able to do that. And it all honestly started in elementary school when I started going to predominantly white schools, which in a lot of areas, predominantly white schools are better kept up schools. They're schools with better funding. So you're allowed to have more things. And they had acting at those schools that I went to. And honey, when the white people found out that I could act, it was a wrap, okay? They made sure that I went to the best school each year after that. And I will say I will be ever thankful, to be honest with you, for those white acting teachers that I had in elementary school, middle school, and high school, because they led me on the path to where I am now, where I was able to make a living and, you know, doing what I love to do. And also privileged enough to be able to have encountered different experiences in my life that are consistent with, you know, the entertainment industry. So kudos to them. I'm very thankful to them for that. And so being around a lot of white people, when I was, you know, I grew up in the hood. I would say that I did grow up in the hood. I didn't move into a neighborhood where I lived amongst white people. And so I was around 16 years old. But growing up in the hood and then going to an all-white school, being bused, mind you, like it was 1960s, to mostly all-white schools my entire life, has gives you a different different perspective on the world. Honestly, it gives you a different perspective. You get to see the world through the eyes of white people. And for me, that was something that I definitely got to see. I got to experience, especially in the entertainment side. And I tell this to my students, and yes, I say my students, because I'm also a acting coach. I give private consultations to help you figure out what's the next step in your own acting career. So I will leave that information below too, honey. If you want to come get a consultation from me, we can talk about it. We can talk about your career, baby, because we can talk about it. Okay, I'll have you leaving that mug feeling refreshed about where you are in your life. Right. Even though I'm like, oh, I'm like, well, girl, but don't you be on depression? But don't everybody. But but yeah, I tell my students to take up space. And if white people have taught me nothing else in the entertainment industry, it is to take up space and don't apologize for it. And that has been kind of my mantra a lot in the industry, which is, you know, done well by me, which has allowed me to become SAG eligible, which has allowed me to become able to join the theater union, the AEA, Actors Equity Association. These things have allowed me the ability to do those things, and me taking up space and not being apologetic about it. And so with that, I've been taught one form of art. And what I mean by that is what's palatable for white people. So certain films I wasn't as receptive to. And I was just like, oh, you know, that ain't me. And I'll use, for example, let's throw in Tyler Perry. So me being from Louisiana, Tyler being from New Orleans, I've known about Tyler Perry since I would say about 11 or 12 years old. I'm 28 now. And when I say I've known about Tyler Perry, I mean I have literally watched every single play. Like, before the world knew Tyler Perry, Louisiana knew Tyler Perry. And we were getting them doggone DVDs. You hear me? Them DVDs, CDs, and the DVD shop.
Got what you need, Chief. I got food stamps. I got incense. I got a Greyhound bus in the parking lot.
But we were watching these dang on plays with Medea, and it was such a revelation, to be honest with you. And I quite enjoyed it. But as I got older, I started to realize that people look their nose down at certain forms of art. And when I say certain forms, I mean people of color's art. And they see it as subpar and not on par with how white artists do their work. And so by the time I got to college, and Tyler Perry had made, like, I have very neutral feelings about Tyler Perry's art at this point. It used to be quality over quantity, and now I feel like it's quantity over quality, to make a long story short. Maybe I'll make a video about it one day. But yeah, so by the time I got to college, that's kind of what I was on with the quantity over quality mantra. And every time I turn around, someone of my hue, another black person who was not in the entertainment industry, which also it can get annoying. And I know that they just be trying to help. I'm not, so I just take it all with a grain of salt. But I just know other black people just be trying to help. We be trying to put each other on. We be trying to help. I love us for real. Like Monique say, but sometimes some of us who have no understanding of the entertainment industry speak too much when we should just be quiet. And people do that in general. Like, they talk about topics they have no idea what they're talking about. Instead of them being quiet and listening, they just want to hear themselves say words. So by the time I got to college, all I was hearing back to back all the time was, why don't you just call Tyler Perry? And so you could be on a Tyler Perry movie. But why don't you just call Tyler Perry, girl? And I'm just like, honey, do you think I have Tyler Perry's number on speed dial? That's just not how that works. But they'll be like, oh, call Tyler Perry, girl. Just go to Atlanta, child. I'm sure he is chilling out at the airport, child, waiting on you. He is not. But if he has anything he want me to be in, honey, I ain't gonna shy away at the moment. Cause baby girl's trying to make it. But for some of his work I do appreciate. I really appreciate his plays more than anything. But yeah, and I would turn my nose up at it. And so with the other black actors at my predominantly white theater and university theater program. And we were just, oh, why would you ask me to do that? That's beneath me, because the white people had taught us, y'all. The white people, they was colonizing our minds. They were colonizing our artistic minds, child. They taught us that art like that was subpar. You know what I'm saying? And you know, art like things like Spike Lee are acceptable, John Singleton are acceptable, but the Amazon movie isn't acceptable. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And those Netflix movies aren't acceptable. You know what I'm talking about. There are certain movies on all of these platforms, even Hulu and the rest of them too, all these streaming services. There are certain films where you'll see the cover and you'll be like, girl, anybody about to watch that? That look jank. But some of them, to be honest with you, are so good. And that's where I come to my point of checking my elitism at the door. There are people who just don't have the financing to be able to make a blockbuster film. And most people do not get greenlit to make movies. The most movies you see getting greenlit to be made most of the times are remakes we have already seen. And when it comes to Black people, it's sequels to stuff that ain't nobody asked for, or slave-related things that no one asked them for, or biopics where the casting for the biopic is very controversial, and I'll probably make a video on that at some point. But yeah, the casting for those films are very controversial, and it's just like, at what point, you know, do these other people get an opportunity? Because if you're not a big name, it's hard for you to get the opportunity to be able to showcase your art. And it's unfortunate, to be honest, because there are some very talented Black people out here who are filmmakers, actors, and such. And unfortunately, they'll never be a Viola Davis. You know what I'm saying? They'll never be Denzel, because they just don't have the opportunity. You know, in our industry, a lot of this is luck and being at the right place at the right time. And a lot of us, there'll be some people who are so talented and they just won't ever be at the right place at the right time. And so when it comes to like fame, because you could be a successful actor and not be famous. And I think that a lot of people get that mixed up, and I'll go into that in another video. But a lot of people get fame and success mixed up, and that's something that also can be to our detriment. But yeah, I've been watching a lot more of these indie films. So I'm gonna start doing reviews on them as well. Indie Black films that are actually really good, and I've been neglecting them because I've been told before that, oh, those films are beneath me. You know what I'm saying? Those films aren't good enough. Those films aren't good enough. You know, those aren't the films you want to be watching. Those aren't the films you want to be looking at because, oh, look, you know, look at it, it's low budget. But there are low budget films that are phenomenal, and there are films that have high budgets that are pieces of crap. So that's one thing I've been working on within myself, is checking my own elitism. Even though I've had the opportunity to be privileged enough to get a degree in theater and have more insight into certain elements of the acting industry, doesn't mean that everyone else has. And it doesn't mean that everyone else is doing something wrong when they take a different path, because we're all on our own journey and all on our own path, especially in the entertainment industry. There are so many paths you can go on. So you can't sit there and say to yourself, comparing yourself to someone else's path, because we're all different. So I say all that to say that your girl has been checking her elitism when it comes to the entertainment industry, and actually giving an opportunity for me to watch these indie films and dismantle my mind from saying that this work is only good if it's done at this height. But when I can look at something at this height, it production-wise, and it be better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on checking my elitism at the door, honey. And so I'm about to take a break because I gotta wash out this conditioner. As you can see, I have detangled, and my hair looks very different. You know, what those oh my gosh, what they do? The hair YouTubers, they be like, girl, look at that definition. Hello, they put it like back there. I don't have no definition right now though. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I don't. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. Had to wash out my conditioner on my head. So next I'm going to shampoo. And I think I lied, because I think I told y'all that like I condition, shampoo, condition, which is technically correct. I pre-poo, which is with a conditioner. Then I shampoo, and then I do a leave-in. Like I don't condition, I don't like condition anymore because I already detangled at the beginning with the conditioner. So like, what is the point? And I was looking at the video, part of the video I'd already filmed for this, and I was like, "Ooh, girl, you like up here combing that hair very hard." And y'all, I'm okay. Like, it doesn't hurt. Like, I think I'm like, maybe it looks like it hurts a lot when I comb my hair, but it like dead ass doesn't hurt at all. Like, it's whatever. I'm so used to doing this to my hair, it feels like nothing, to be quite honest with you. The shampoo I'm currently using is this one right here. It is Herbal Essence. First off, this is how you know I just use anything. This is Herbal Essence Color Me Happy Color Care Shampoo. I assume this is for people who have color treated hair, but as you can see, my hair literally is not color treated. I think I saw this shampoo in Walgreens and I needed some shampoo and it was like for $2. And I was like, girl, I'll take that, I don't care. Because like I told y'all, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, from what I've observed so far, maybe it'll be different. But yeah, I put this only on my roots. And then I use my little detail thing right here to massage my head. But yeah, but like I was saying, I could pretty much use anything in my hair, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. My hair be like, anyway, girl, just give me some dang old moisture. I don't care what kind, just give me some moisture. And it seems to be growing, so I'm gonna stick to my routine of not giving up. Okay? Now I wanted to move on to something that which is interesting to me, but I think it has to do with some of my depression. And it's the fact that I am not over Chadwick Boseman dying or passing, however you like to say it, whichever sounds better to you. As you see, my voice gets softer because, like, yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I don't even like talking about it because I'm not. And he passed a while ago. So, I'm not there, y'all. I'm not. And I think that kind of stopped the world for me a little bit. And it made me start questioning stuff even more than I already questioned it. Because I personally felt like if a man like that, someone who, from what everyone says, of course, because I have never met him personally, so I can't tell you my personal opinion, I don't know. But from what everyone says, a man who was kind and giving and humble, and for him to pass away from what he passed away from, and he hasn't even lived his full life, you know. He had so much more art he could have shared with us. There's so much more he could have shared with his wife and his family and just everybody. And it makes me question God sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It makes me question God sometimes because I wonder for myself, you know, how is that possible? How can people, good people, just pass and that be that, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, I know I said earlier that I had family that passed away. My not going into too much detail, but someone very close to me, their parent passed away. Y'all, and I'm not over that either. I know, right? Oh my gosh. I just wanted to decompress with y'all. And just someone said they wanted to do me to do a hair video. And I incorporated that with a life update and acting things. So, and I definitely did not want to cry. But if you don't know, because some of y'all know me in person and some of y'all don't. But if you don't know, I am a crier, honey. I cry. I also am an empath. And I'm extremely empathetic to other people's feelings. I think a lot of it has to do with being a Cancer and having this like nurturing nature. And I have a really great spirit of discernment. I just feel so many emotions from how other people feel. And it affects me a lot. So a lot of days, honestly, I can get really drained because I'm feeling so many emotions that may necessarily not even be my own. But yeah, so I'm a crier. So you get used to that on this channel. I cry, honey. I cry. I got a few videos on here already where I didn't cry. But yeah, someone very close to me that their parent passed, and once again, good person, loving person, always been so nice to me, so kind to me. And it does break my heart because I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. I don't understand how I don't understand how good people pass when there are people who mean the world no good ever. There are people that, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, there are people that I do feel like that are demonic. There are people on this earth that I do feel like they don't have souls. And you know how people, I mean, also this goes into like religion and faith and spirituality. So if you don't believe in none of this stuff, honey, go ahead and pass through this section. But I'm about to just say something real quick. But I do believe that there are people that walk this earth that were really not born with a soul. They were just put here to be detrimental to the rest of the population. And it angers me because those people will live to a ripe old age, you know what I'm saying? But like good, genuine people, they be out of here within 5 minutes. You know, they don't even get to live their lives fully a lot of times. And so for me, it is it's confusing. And it's something that I have to work on within my faith and just understanding for myself because I don't get it. And Chadwick's passing and someone close to me, their parent passing, they really affected me a lot, and it really stopped me. And now I'm done, y'all. Like, I do not run this shampoo through root to tip, because I'm not doing that. I mean, shampoo to me already strips your hair a lot. Look at this. I hate this. This is freaking Carmex. Ugh. So, I would say this to say this. I'll wipe this off my mouth on camera. I don't care. Freaking Carmex. So, also, my lips have been, like, chapping like a mug, y'all. Like, I'm not even... And I've been trying to find the right lip balm to help me, like, not have chapped behind lips. So, if you know one that's really good, please help your girl out, because I am on the struggle bus when it comes to finding a good... It's gone now. When it comes to finding a good lip balm that really, like, moisturizes my lips, it's rough for me. So if you know of a good one, please, for the love of the Lord and all that is holy, please, 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 please link it down below so I can go buy it in bulk, okay? But, yeah. So, like, yes, yeah. So I don't do my hair from root to tip with shampoo because I figure, personally, I only need to get it on the roots because that's where the most buildup of my hair is normally. And so when I rinse it out, the shampoo like rinses down the shaft. So I'm like, girl, the shampoo can catch whatever it's gonna catch down them shafts, but what I ain't gonna do is dry my whole head. Because that's one thing that I've noticed. It doesn't matter which shampoo I use. And I've used a plethora because, like, as I told you, my hair be like, girl, whatever, just put something in me. But shampoo always dries my hair out. Like, it doesn't matter which shampoo I use. Oh my goodness, it just dries my hair out and it feels so stripped. That's why I have to be like, ooh, let me put every butter, cream, everything I think of, put it right back in my head, because this shampoo is trying to take me out, y'all. It's trying to take me out. So what I'm about to do is rinse out the shampoo, come back, put in the deep conditioner, and put on a little helmet thing, and then yeah, and then after I'm done with that, I'm gonna like kind of do my hair and talk to y'all a little bit more, and then I'm gonna wrap up. Let's do that. We're gonna wrap it. But yeah, that's just something I've been dealing with a lot lately. It's people passing and me not understanding the meaning of it all. And honestly, it's been making me question life in general. Like, what do I want to leave in my own legacy? You know, what really matters to me? And I've been realizing that success matters to me more than fame. And I know as an entertainer, we all want to, you know, ooh, we want people to be watching us. We want to be on the red carpets. We want to be everywhere and everything. And it makes it seem like it's so much fun. But a lot of these people seem to be very miserable. And it's just figuring out for myself what I want. And that's just something that, like, I think I'll probably start doing these depending on how much y'all like them. But I think they're just therapy for me, so I might just do them anyway. These just like wash my hair with me videos, just so I could just get out a few words and just how I'm feeling, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's something I'm working on. And just this, you know, the whole realm of the world, I'm just working on it, y'all. So pray for your girl, and I shall pray for you. I'll be back. Okay, so I am back, freshly washed. And like I said, as always, that good old shampoo is like, girl, let me take all that moisture out your hair. But it's actually not as dry as I thought it was gonna be. So kudos to me. It is called Curl Care. It has coconut oil, argan oil, and vitamin E with curl activating complex. Whatever that means. It is an intensive deep conditioner, and I am going to be using it. It maintains and protects your curls. Okay, so that's what I need to do too, is maintain and protect my curls, share. Because I'm about to deep condition for 30 minutes. So, as I was saying before, oh yeah, people passing. So yeah, that's been something your girl's been dealing with. I've had a few close people to me pass due to the corona. So that's another reason why I really have not been on here lately. I mean, I've been having to get my life in order, child, and my real life, not my actor life, because those are two different universes. So I have an actor life, but I have a real life as well. My real life is so much more important to me than my actor life, and that's something that I had lost, I realized, before honestly the pandemic. I was on autopilot so much. Honestly, as soon as my job closed down, I literally slept for like 2 weeks straight. Like, I barely woke up to eat or anything. And that wasn't depression. It was pure exhaustion, y'all. I was so freaking tired. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I was tired. So I had to do what I had to do, which is go take a sleep. Go take a sleep. Go take a nap for 2 weeks, okay? But yeah, I had to realize that I wasn't taking care of me. I wasn't doing much self-care, and that's a problem. And we should all try to aim to do self-care for all of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We should aim for self-care is what I'm saying. Because the world is gonna beat us up enough. If don't nobody else got you, child, you gotta have yourself. I've been trying to find peace in my depression and anxiety, and it is a struggle. It's gonna be, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I'm so happy I have a therapy appointment coming up, and maybe they could connect me to a psychiatrist, and maybe, I don't know if I need to be medicated or not. I don't know if there's something that is a necessity for me, but if it is, honey, I'm gonna do everything I need to do to make sure that I am good at the end of the day. And that's for dang on sure. Cause I don't want to sit here and just, you know, not be okay. I don't want that to be my life. And I want y'all to be okay. So if you having issues and you being depressed and stuff, please go talk to someone. I'm telling you, I know that people say, you know, therapy is expensive and all those things, but there are so many affordable programs out there, y'all. Y'all just literally all you gotta do is Google affordable therapy and you will find it. I promise you. Everybody's sessions don't cost $500 or whatever. There are people who work with you. You can have sessions that are much shorter, not much shorter, but cost much less, and still get a good therapy session out of it. You don't have to feel like because you are not a rich person that you can't help yourself in that way, because that is false. You can, and if you have an iPhone or a smartphone in general and the internet on it, honey, you can use Google for more than looking up funny videos, is what I'm saying. You can go out there and get yourself some real help if you need it. And I'm all about that. Get yourself some help, child, because I know I'm going to give myself some help if I need it. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. But yeah, like now I'm just putting this conditioner through my hair, this deep conditioner through my hair, trying to like put it through all the strands. You know how they say, you know, girl, trying to make sure I got everything. So when I put this doggone cap on it for 30 minutes, that, look at that, long luxurious hair. Give me, you remember putting this through my hair, trying to finger detangle, child, because look at this. Go through it and it still be acting a donkey with me. Like I don't love it. Like I ain't comb it or nothing in 3 weeks. I ain't combed you in 3 weeks. I'm sorry, girl. My hair does not have a name. Help me pick out a name for her. My car does though. My car is named JMB. And she is named he. My car is a boy. My car is a boy. He is named JMB after John Michel Basquiat. who I have an admiration for. I'll say that. Look, let me tell you something. I just love me a good artsy black man, okay? I just love it. Like, artsy black men are just the most adorable thing to me. And if you don't know who Basquiat is, I encourage you to look him up. I also encourage you to watch a documentary on him. I'm sure he's got some documentaries. But my favorite thing on Basquiat is actually the film Basquiat. And he's being betrayed. He's not being betrayed. He's being portrayed. He's being portrayed by my favorite. I'm smiling. That's how you know that's my favorite. My favorite actor, who's also one of my top actor role models, acting style wise. You know, I don't be getting these people personalized. I only care about the art. I don't care about your personal life like that. Unless it's, you know, a little too problematic for me, then I gotta let it go. But Jeffrey Wright. If you don't know who Jeffrey Wright is, you are sleeping. You are sleeping, and I would encourage you to wake up. Wake up. So yes, Jeffrey Wright portrays Jean-Michel Basquiat in the film entitled Basquiat, honey. And I would say go check it out because it is really good. He does a phenomenal job. And he helps me to fall in love with Basquiat, actually. I love Basquiat, and I'm hoping at one point in my life that I will own an original Basquiat. But your child, I'm sure it's worth millions of dollars, so child, I might have to get a little reprint instead. But I would love to own one if I could at some point. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, with that being said, I'm gonna go away for 30 minutes. Then I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna end this on a high note of my next steps for my own personal acting career. So, yeah, I'll see y'all in 30. Bye-bye. Hey, y'all, I am back, and I was definitely going longer than 30 minutes, so I ain't gonna lie to you. So what I want to do now is really, honestly, just like grease my scalp, grease my scalp, but not with grease, with oil. Then, I don't know, because my hair's gotten so long to the point now that like it doesn't actually really tangle when I put it in a bonnet and I don't twist it beforehand. And I am appreciating that fact. So I don't know how lazy I'm feeling. We're gonna figure it out what I'm gonna do. What oil I'm about to put in my hair is, what is this called? Ooh, can you see it? Can you see it? This is Jamaican black castor oil with shea butter, miracle treatment oil. Honestly, y'all, I really just be grabbing whatever oil that says black castor oil in it. Sometimes I get a little razzle-dazzle and be like, ooh, maybe I'll do peppermint this week. Ooh, maybe I'll do mango. It really doesn't matter to me. All I know is I gotta seal in the moisture that I do have because low porosity is my life, okay? And I think I have like medium density, but don't quote me, and I'm no hair guru. So I'm not telling you to do what I do. I'm just telling you I do what I do. And my hair grows. So that's that. But for my own acting career, I changed agencies actually. I was with one agent, which was a smaller boutique agent, and I am now with another agent that is, from what I gather, a medium boutique agency. Now, the reason that I left my original one, I just felt that things weren't happening fast enough. And I don't know if that's because my lack of patience. That's something I've been praying about a lot lately, actually, is your girl be having like no patience at all, which is like very much something I need to have, especially since I'm in the entertainment industry. You gotta have patience because it ain't gonna always happen for you overnight. But I had been getting some auditions from them, some pretty decent auditions. A few of them I'll even let you know, so you know your girl was like out here getting, you know, auditions of big shows and stuff. But I have auditioned for series regular on the TV show The Chi. I think it comes on Showtime. I've auditioned for Chicago PD, Chicago Med. I've auditioned for quite a few commercials, actually. Quite a few commercials. I've auditioned for a lot of voiceovers for cartoons. I'm like, trying to think about it. What else I've auditioned for? Just lots of things within both agencies. So I'll say both agencies have benefited me in some way or another because they've allowed me to get in rooms that otherwise it would be hard for me to get in without having an agent. But I will say, I left the first one, personally because I felt like things just weren't happening fast enough. I moved to the city that I was in, and then right away I was in a show that was considered one of the best in that year in that city. And so right away I was like, now hold on, wait a second. Okay, I see that I'm getting some momentum. Then I started booking stuff like crazy. And some of the stuff is stuff I booked on my own because, as every real actor knows, if you only count on your agent to get you bookings, honey, you're going to be auditioning like never. Okay. But yeah, started auditioning a lot for myself, getting a lot of theater gigs, getting some web series, getting some indie film stuff off the ground. And it was a beautiful thing. I was excited about it. I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. Child, I might even tell you this story one day, but or these two stories one day. But I actually worked for a murder mystery company at one point, and I also was a burlesque dancer at another point. Okay, mama has lived. I have lived, child. Yeah, so I was auditioning for some things, and I just started booking things, and I started, booking. I booked 2 equity gigs without an agent, without any agency help whatsoever. And equity, for those who do not know, in the theater world, is called equity. In the or the AEA or EMC, they're all acronyms for different things that encompass the AEA, which is the Actors Equity Association. So I booked 2 of those gigs. They're also more paid, to be honest with you. Some of these gigs, definitely equity theater gigs. So I did that, but all those things I'd gotten without the agent. At the time, I had the agent. Those were just things I got without the agent. But I was auditioning for a few things, but I felt like my auditions were coming kind of like few and far in between. And I understand that agencies have to, get people to know you and get people to, like you and yada, yada, yada. But I just personally felt that like I was booking too many things right now for them not to be willing to at least give me an audition. You know what I'm saying? If I'm booking equity job after equity job, there's no reason, and I'm in a room with heavy hitters that, working with heavy hitters in my city, there's no reason that you shouldn't be getting me in the room. There's no reason you shouldn't be seeing me, is my personal perspective on that. And at one point when I was auditioning for one equity gig, which was one that I didn't end up booking. However, I was on hold 2 weeks before rehearsal started. And then COVID hit, so I wasn't really that upset about not getting the gig anyway, because the show didn't go on. As they say, the show must go on. Well, the show didn't go on. And at my first initial audition for that one, the one that I ended up being on hold for, 2 weeks before rehearsal started, I told my agent, first off, I had to beg my agent to get me in the room, which is something that, which is something that I think you shouldn't have to do, especially when you are booking said things that you're trying to get in the room for. So I was booking equity gigs already. So for me, I felt like because my agent knew I was booking equity gigs, since you get a cut of that check, that you should be pushing me so hard for every single equity theater you can find, not even in my city, but around the world, because that's a check you're guaranteed to get from me. And so I felt like they weren't really doing it. And then when I would hear about auditions from other people, because like I said, I was in the room with heavy hitters, so they would tell me about auditions and things, which I'm very, very, very grateful for. So they would tell me when these things were, and so I would have, a shoe-in to go ahead and hit up my agent and just be like, hey, yo, there's an audition for such and such and such, and I'm trying to get in that room. Like, come on with it. And so that happened. Somebody told me about it. I was begging them to get me in the room. And begging, maybe it sounds harsh, but it's pretty much what it was, because I would not get off their line until they told me I had secured an audition. So because my thing is like, I can get in the room, in the equity room, and at the very least for me as a client, the very least you're going to get from me getting in the equity room is a callback. I can promise you that. At the very least you'll get from me is a callback to be seen again, hun. Because I know the kind of actor I am when it comes to theater. I am a beast. And that's just how I feel about it. So yeah. And so I felt like I shouldn't have to be fighting that hard when you should know that this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm good at. Until the TV and film portion of my career pops off more, you need to be getting me in that room. And so I begged and begged. And finally they got me in the room. So I auditioned. I called my agent just to give him a heads up, and because I was excited. And if you have that kind of relationship with your agents, then it's, hey, you could do that. But if you have kind of relationship with your agent where agent's like, girl, leave me alone, don't you call me unless you have a problem, then I guess you can't do that. But yeah, so I called them right after the audition because I knew that I had got a call back. I was like, I got a call back. This is amazing. I was amazing. They loved me. They told me they loved me, which is always helpful. But you know, sometimes people be like, we loved you. And then they don't call you back and you be like, really? You didn't love me. You just said that. Yeah, so I called my agent and I was just like, yo, I know I'm getting a call back. Yo, I was amazing, da da da. And this theater happens to be like a big theater in the city that I live in, one of the biggest equity theaters in the city that I live in. And so, but I'm confident, like I said, if white people taught me nothing else, it was to take up space, okay, honey? And so my agent just wasn't as excited as I was, is how I'll put it. When I told them, yo, I know I got this call back, oh my gosh, da da da, they were like, okay, well, calm down. There's no need to get that excited. And it really was like how their voice was. It wasn't like a chuckle in it or anything. And I would think as an agent, you would be boosting your client's head up. You wouldn't be like trying to bring them down to like, I don't know, reality. I mean, you should just amp your client up. You know what I'm saying? It's no reason for you to be like, don't get too excited. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, do you not want your 10% or not? Like, what the are you talking about? Anyway, so I didn't like that. And the fact that bothered me. There were some other things that kind of bothered me that I won't go into. There are more things to the similar effect that I didn't really appreciate. So I moved around and I got a reference to a medium-sized boutique agency that was a lot of the people that were cast in the show that I was just telling you that I had made it 2 weeks before rehearsal for. A lot of people that were cast in that show actually are represented by my current agent. And so I felt like I was going in the right direction. Now, I still think I am. I just think COVID kind of stalemated a lot of things. And I think that for myself, now that I'm working on working on my depression and working on just being more present and being there for myself, that I will be able to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I'll be able to start getting in those rooms more. But COVID really shut down a lot of stuff for a lot of entertainers, if you didn't know. It's very hard for a lot of us to get in those rooms that you could have, before got an opportunity to get into, because a lot of times people at this point, because movies are not being released into theaters and you're having to make deals with streaming services, they're being picky and choosy with who they casting, is my point. And so I just feel like my current agent, I appreciate them. They're very kind. I want more auditions. And I think now that I'm going to start working towards more things, just helping myself with my own career. And by more things, I mean having like a not permanent or semi-permanent acting coach that I just kind of have on retainer for classes. I've been looking at 2 different people. One is Christine Horn. I found her on Facebook, and she's actually like a booking magnet is what I heard. So I've been, in a few of her Facebook groups and, chats and stuff, and I've been liking them. And I'm like, maybe I'll try her out, try out a session or 2, see how things go for myself. Maybe, maybe the sessions may have someone, who's looking for talent. You never know. Because sometimes when you be taking acting classes, they have acting coaches and stuff. Sometimes they bring people in the room who can maybe help you get your next gig. You never know. And then another one I've been looking at was the Tasha Smith Academy. And yes, the Tasha Smith, honey. So yes, that Tasha Smith. She has an academy actually in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. And they're doing a lot of virtual online things because, like I said, COVID is hit, and a lot of entertainment people are actually learning to do their businesses online, which I think is lovely. So that these people who who couldn't get to these cities and states before, they're able to get to them, and they don't have to. This one was done so poorly, child. We're gonna redo this one, and they don't have to be like, dang, I can't, I can't fly all the way out there to take a class with so and so. That's okay. You ain't gotta fly, honey. You just gotta press Skype or Zoom. Like I think most people Zoom at this point. So yeah, and then so after, oh my gosh, I didn't even tell y'all what I was putting in my hair. See, you ain't gotta worry about me. I'm no hair guru. So the cream that I put in my hair. So I kind of do the LCO method. The liquid is the water and the oil. It's already in a spray bottle. Then I put this, which is Hawaiian Silks Triple Butter Mango Maroon. And shea butter, hydrate and define curling buttercream. So I use it as my cream. So I put that on my, after I put the water in, or I spray my hair a little bit to give it a little more life. I put that cream on it and twist it. And no, I don't twist it yet. I put that cream on it. Then I put, and I know y'all like, Cam too, when I tell you my hair uses anything, and that this actually came in one of the Cocoa Tea boxes, I believe. But what this is the natural, natural hair wave whip curling mousse. No sulfates, silicones, parabens, or mineral oils. Okay, none of the girls. It defines curls and waves. So what I do, the reason that I put that in my head is because I like when my curls have a little more definition. You know what I'm saying? I'm already 4B, and I dislike when my hair gets too frizzy too quickly, because then it starts to tangle a lot more. So what that does for me is, like, I always use a cream and then some kind of curling type situation, gel situation afterwards, or mousse, whatever, because I just want it to be a little more defined. I want it to be a little less tangled. Is my whole vantage point for that. And I just love the way it looks. It makes my little curly looks juicy. Let me see. I hopefully one of them look juicy for you, and I'm not playing myself. I don't know, child. This is what they be doing in the video, I think. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. And then after I do that, I just put some of my oil. I have multiple oils, okay? It's hard out here for a pimp, okay? So current oil that I'm finishing up right now is this one. This is a coconut oil formula hair polisher serum. So what I do is I just put some of this over the top of the, oh my gosh, my brain trash. The twist that I'm putting in my head. Put that over that, and then I move on to the next section. That's what I do. I move on to the very next section. So so that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm also looking at getting a manager, because managers sometimes can get you some gigs and, you know, auditions that maybe your agent can get you, you know, maybe not. So I'm looking at managers as well. Also, I just want to, like I said, take my career to the next level. I have been working a lot, and I'm very talented, and I want the next thing to happen for me. So pray for your girl, okay? If you got to connect, let me know, okay? Tell them to inbox me. And I see myself going in the next direction. I don't want to make sure that I'm prepared, and when opportunity presents itself, you know. So that's where I'm at with it, to be honest with y'all. I've also been keeping track of how many auditions that I get each month, and how many I do, how many bookings I get each month. So I'll actually, like, I feel like I'm gonna do something cute with that at the end of the year, just to see how many I had. I have a goal for myself to have had 100 auditions by the end of the year, at the very least, 100 auditions. So I'm kind of challenging myself on that, and hoping that that is something I am accomplishing. So that lets me know that I'm, like, you know, really working towards what I want, and not, you know, letting the anxiety and the depression stifle my dreams and my goals for myself. So yeah. I think what I'll start doing for y'all is I'll start at the top. Start letting y'all know how many auditions I'm at right at that point. That's what I'll start doing for y'all, letting y'all know how many auditions I'm at the beginning of every video. So maybe if you want to watch me on my journey to get to 100 auditions this year, you can help me do that. How about that? Oh yeah, so yes, I own a theater company, y'all. My theater company is called Perceptions Theatre. It is a nonprofit, 501c3, honey. Look us up, perceptionstheatre.org, and theater spelled R-E, not E-R. Yes, and I'm in love with it. Our mission is to amplify theater and improve it on the south side of the area I live on. If you go to perceptionstheatre.org, you'll know where it's at. But that area that I live in, with African Americans and Black people, and we're also a training ground for Black people and people of color and Indigenous people, honey, because you got to put the BIPOC. Created this company at the end of 2019, so right before COVID hit. Then COVID hit, and I'm not about to go into this whole spiel right now, because this isn't what this is about. This video is just check in on me, not a check in on my theater company. But just so those who are interested, perceptionstheatre.org, and I'll probably have a story time about how I started my theater company, and I have a not back here child, so pray for me. started my theater company. But either way, just to give y'all like a brief insight on it. When I tell y'all I don't have no problem cutting this, I'm about to cut this clean out. My mother is going like, what the? Oh Lord Jesus, can I see? Yeah. Do I care? No. Do I care? No. At the end of the day, I'm happy about it. This has been an amazing experience, and I'm so thankful that I was able to hold on to my business within a time frame, because a lot of people weren't. And we are here to amplify the voices of the unheard, especially the Black theater artists, because it is not that much art on the side of town that I live on and I want Black men, women, boys, and girls to know that it's never late in life, that you also can become an actor if you so desire, or a technical part of theater if you so desire. So my theater company is also a full service theater company. So we offer headshots, acting classes, we offer workshops where we have like guest artists come in, just tell some really, you know, great information. This year we're working on having artists who are on the technical side of theater come in, so I'm very happy to be sharing with those people of color. They are amazing. And we also have a play reading book club, so we read a new play each month. We read a new play each month, written by a Black person, Indigenous person, or any other person of color, okay? And we discuss it at the end of the month. So the last Sunday of each month, we actually discuss it. And so if you're interested in that, go ahead, go in the description, honey. If you want to join the book club, we be getting it lit over there, discussing plays. And it's crazy, because if you haven't read plays, honey, oh my God, some plays are more dramatic than a soap opera. Do you hear me? You've got to get on the play reading game, because you'll be so pleasantly surprised by some of these plays that you read. They are a trip and a half. Yeah, so we do that. We have a lot of different things, and we're growing and succeeding, and we received our first grant actually, so I'm super duper hype about that, and that's helping us produce our first BIPOC Playwrights Festival, where we want to hear our voices, amplify our voices, and see ourselves on stage. Okay, honey? So I'm very happy about that. We just picked the playwrights and the directors for that. I'll be directing something in that myself as well. So if you want to get tickets on that, or, you know, updates on that, our website has it all. Everything will be in the description box below. Yeah, so I'm really hype about that, actually. I'm so happy about that, and we're doing it all virtually. And so everyone around the world can see us, not just those who live in our city, which makes me very happy that entertainment is going in that direction, where we have more people who are being able to experience art, even though they don't live in the same areas as some other people. So I think that's a beautiful thing. So I'm gonna finish my hair, do a time lapse, put a little music right there, and then I'll talk to y'all at the end, okay? Okay, y'all. I stand. Alright, but for real though, I'm finally done. That y'all don't understand how quick I've become with my hands with these twists. This is just a protective style, honestly. If I'm going to like film an audition, or really that's it. If I'm going to film an audition, that's the only way I'll take these out. Or if like I'm going to like an event or family something or another that I'm like, I just want my hair to be like, then I'll take these out. But other than that, your girl be rocking these silly braids, and I ain't upset about it, okay? I mean, this is a look, child. This is a look, boo. This is a look. But I'm also gorgeous. But there's another thing. There's another thing. There's another thing. Yeah, y'all, I am done. So, thank you. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, you're the real MVP, okay? You're the real MVP because I appreciate you. I have been gone for a minute, but I'm back up in it, all right? So, thank y'all so much. I'm going to work on being more consistent. Thank you for all of you that support me. Thank you for all of you who continue to watch my videos, even though I haven't been posting every single week. So, thank you so much. And I'm going to try to return back to my originally scheduled posting program, which are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, yeah, you can catch me in the comment section down below. And you can also catch me on the community tab on my page. Because sometimes I be posting stuff on there, y'all. And I be wanting to get a conversation popping. Every now and again, some people are like or say something. But let's talk. Let's be friends. Let's do this like Brutus, okay? I really... I really want to build a community on my channel surrounded with the fandom of the Black acting world. Honestly, I'm really trying to let this be something that I do continuously and forever. You know, however long forever is, you never know. But it's something I love, and I love talking about the Black acting world. I love being part of the Black acting world. So here I am, and as far as I know, I'm here to stay, honey. Thank you for joining me on my three-week haven't washed my hair anniversary. So I'll see y'all later, and who knows what I'll be posting next. It'll be either a review or a story time. Either way, I appreciate you all so much. And like I always tell y'all, y'all stay safe out there, and I'll see you online next time.